You know, I'd heard before, many years ago, this hadith, which is attributed to the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the scholar, everything about him is an act of worship. Yeah. And, you know, it mentions his sleeping, his wakefulness, his walking, his everything about him. And you think that's nice, you know, it sounds good and it's very encouraging to learn to become a scholar. But the, you know, you think, well, this is just really exaggeration, hyperbole, pure hyperbole, you know, hyperbolic exaggeration, just to say, well, you know, you should learn about the deen. And that's how I understood this hadith for the better part of my ilmi journey ever. For, you know, probably like since I've heard that hadith as a teenager, probably for about 2 decades, that's how I understood it. But, you know, in recent times, I came to understand that there's an angle to this hadith that I didn't really grasp before. And that is that, you know, when you have studied and you have read, you've learned Arabic, you've studied the Quran, you study these things, you will forever be kind of hinged with Islamic thought, even when you're not. You could, for example, like I could be, you know, in the middle of anything or doing something, and then I may just hear a verse of the Quran somewhere. Like, let's say I hear it on the radio, or I hear, like, I'm not even trying to listen to, I'm not saying I'm trying to listen to tilawah, I'm not. Like, let's say doing something and a verse of the Quran comes on. It immediately will set an anchor in your psyche. You know, it comes and immediately connects its meaning, its backdrop, the whole thing becomes animated imminently. That's on one hand. The other thing, you will forever be kind of thinking about things. Like you might be watching something, you might be considering something, reading something else, not religious. But along comes a point and you might think, oh yeah, what's this? And in the back of your mind, there's all this, oh yes, he said this and this scholar and this thing and this, isn't there a hadith and isn't there a... It just doesn't switch off. Honestly, I'm telling you, it's... And you start to realize, I see what that hadith kind of meant. You know, you forever become hinged on with Islam. Even when you're not, you still are. So it's, yeah, it's amazing. I have to say it's amazing, yeah.